Hey everyone, it's Brian. I just got back from Nepal and I was up there trekking to Everest Base Camp. This video is going to show you some of the gear that you may need or may not need. It's all personal choice. But I'm going to go over gear that I brought, gear that I wish I didn't bring, and maybe some stuff I wish I did bring. So I brought all my gear in a backpack, alright? I got a 50-liter backpack because I thought I needed a backpack. Brought a trash bag liner in case it rained, and I thought I needed it. Well, turns out I didn't need it because the trekking company provided one. So check with your trekking company and double check, see if they're going to bring you one of these bags, because that backpack ended up just being shoved inside here, and it was kind of redundant, and it was a waste of a backpack. I could have brought a different bag that fit the needs better. So, waterproof bag, the trekking company provided for me. Okay, you will bring a Daypack. Daypack will house your rain gear, anything you need during the day, because the porters are bringing everything else. And those will be at the tea houses that you'll be staying at night. So the Daypack that I brought was this 29-liter RAI pack, and with a little rain cover too, and water, cameras, valuables, passports. If you bring any snacks, then those go in the Daypack, and so you'll need one of those. Honestly though, it was a little big. I could have used the 20-liter, and this would have been just fine. You don't need massive capacity. I say massive. 29 liters isn't massive, but most of that bag wasn't even filled. This 20-liter would have been just fine. So next time, I go with this one here. Okay, you'll be staying at tea houses, as I said, and in the tea houses, at the lower levels, you'll be warmer, and for sleeping, all you need is like a sleeping bag liner. That's it. They're actually quite warm, and just insulation from the building. As you go up higher, it gets a little colder. So as you go up higher, I brought a 45 to 50 degree Fahrenheit, which is like 7 to 10 degrees Celsius. It's a summer weight bag. With this and this, I was fine. All the way up until Gorak Shep. Now there it got cold, but luckily the tea houses at all levels always provide a blanket. And if you're even colder beyond that, you can ask for another blanket. This summer weight bag and the sleeping bag liner weighs about 2 pounds, or a little less than a kilogram. A lot of the trekking companies will let you rent a sleeping bag. Everybody in our group that rented a sleeping bag was amazed at how heavy they are. Because on the airplane ride from Kathmandu to Lukla, your checked bag is limited to 10 kilograms. And those heavy sleeping bags that they rented, I think they weighed like 2.5 kilograms each. So about a quarter of your weight was just a sleeping bag. And it was kind of overkill too. So, but I recommend that. So just bring a summer weight bag. You will be totally fine. I never got cold. At Gorak Shep, I did put the blanket on top of me, and totally fine. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Warmth-wise, you will need a jacket. You are in the Himalayas, so bring a down jacket. So I brought a down jacket, then I also brought a down vest to keep my core extra warm. These represent the jackets that I brought. When I was there on the way down, I actually donated my down vest and my down jacket to some local construction workers who, you could tell they didn't have a lot. So I recommend, if you guys are going to go, and if you have gear that you don't need, or maybe you have duplicates, donate it to the locals. Some of them could really use it. So, but anyways, down vest, I never wore it. Didn't even need it. You will need the down jacket though. Yeah, you will, because if you're going to do any pre-sunrise mini treks like such as up Kalabatar or just to catch the sunrise, it will be cold. You are going to need this. So down jacket needed. Okay, trekking poles. I recommend them. That's a personal choice. Okay. All right, clothing wise. All right. You don't need as much clothing as you think you may. At the tea houses, you can wash clothing. You're going to wash it by hand, and you're going to hang it out to dry. Bring some 550 cord, paracord. You can make clotheslines, and you can also use this as shoelaces if you bust a shoelace too. Okay, but washing clothing is key. All right. I brought 2 base layer shirts, okay, one black, one blue. Long sleeve for sun protection. You wear one for like 2 days, wash it, wear the other one, and then you're swapping them out, okay? It's less stuff you got to carry. Secondary layer is a merino wool sweater. I went with Argyle because, it's Argyle, it's the rage. Somewhere, some decade it was. Anyways, so I would wear one of these as a base, and then wear the sweater on top of it. And that's like starting off during the day, but probably about maybe an hour into our daily trek, I was ditching one of these layers and just wearing one. When you do get back home, be careful. When you throw in the dryer, they do shrink. So if you have a small animal that needs a merino wool sweater, I got one for you guys. Okay, bottom layers. With the exception of the first day, I wore pants the entire time. I wore these Columbia Silver Ridge convertibles. I had them as shorts the first day. After that, I just left the pants on for sun protection. The very last day and on Kalabatar, I wore a base layer synthetic, call them tights, whatever you want to do. They kept me warm. Okay, I did bring an intermediate layer that will go in between those two. In case I got cold, never used it at all. So I should have left that at home. Socks. I brought 4 pairs of socks. Base layer Injinji toe socks, and then heavy wool, and then some more merino wool. Honestly, again, with doing laundry, I didn't need these heavy wool ones at all. I could have left those. You can wash these, swap them out every day. Only on the coldest morning and up Kalabatar pre-sunrise, I wore these as a base layer, a pair of socks, and these over it, and I was fine. And the shoes I was wearing were just Solomon hiking shoes, even like below the ankle. Actually, they were mid-ankle hiking shoes. These aren't like double boots or anything. Rain gear. In your day pack, you're going to keep your rain gear because it can rain at any time. During our trek, it didn't. We had 1 day of light sprinkles. So I have a Marmot precip jacket. So bring your rain jacket, and I also brought a Mountain Hardwear lightweight rain jacket. In hindsight, I shouldn't have brought this one here. It weighs like 78 grams or 3 ounces, but in a downpour, this will wet through eventually. This one here won't, so really, I shouldn't have brought that one. But it's a good jacket, don't get me wrong. For my pants, I am not a rain pant person. They get really clammy. There's not a lot of ventilation. I use the rain kilt. Okay, rain kilt is basically a trash bag that you can see through. Okay, it goes all the way through. It is you step into it, and it's got a little drawstring, so it tightens up around your waist, and it goes to about mid-calf. So that takes care of the lower part of my body right there. Underwear. I brought 3 pair of underwear, and honestly, I don't need one of them. I could have gone with just 2. And again, synthetic, ex officio, great pairs. You wear a pair for, me, okay, I'll be honest with you, I wore them for 2 days and then washed them. 2 days, washed them. Some people, I swear, some people brought changes for every single day, and I wouldn't be surprised if some people just wore a pair for an entire week. But hey, that's what you do is what you do. But 2 pair, because again, you can wash them in the sinks in the tea houses. Sometimes the sinks is in your room, sometimes it's down the hall. Sometimes but there'll be plenty of opportunities to wash things. Okay, the buff. The buff is awesome. If you ever, you should be familiar with these, but if not, they can do so many things. What I would do is, at first, I wouldn't wear it during the daytime. I'd just wear my hat for sun protection. And my lips got burnt, along with other people's. And then I look at the locals, and the locals all wear buffs. And they wear them like this, even during the daytime, when it's not even cold. And they do it for sun protection from their lips in the lower part here. So, yeah, even with chapstick, we still got sunburned. It was kind of weird. But as far as warmth for the head, the buff, along with a simple knit cap, and this was fine even below 0. Once the sun comes up, I'd even take this off here, and buff and a little knit cap. That's all you need. Okay, I'm a big proponent of bandanas or keffiyehs. These come in handy in case you lose your hat, you lose your buff. They're versatile. You can, you can do so much with them. You can turn them into little head, head protection. Another thing I like to do is, if for some reason I lose my buff and it's windy, the sun, there's dust blowing, well, you can just take these things here and you can fashion a little protection from blowing dust. I mean, this is basically how the Bedouins in the desert use them, but hey, they're effective, and it's just a very versatile little piece. I mean, you can make a scarf out of it. If you fall and break your arm, you can make a sling. You can do a bunch of stuff. Recommend a bandana or a keffiyeh. Okay, in the tea houses, you can take showers. They're usually about $5 to take a heated shower. And some people took showers, I think, like every single day. Some people took them every couple days, once a week. Some people not at all. But if you are going to shower, or even if you just want to wash up at the public sink, because sometimes the sink isn't just in your room, it's down the hallway. Little towel is always good to clean up. Hands. For hands, I just use these little liner gloves, these little merino wool. I have warm hands though, so you may want to go for warmer if you tend to have cold hands. Okay, toilet paper. I brought enough toilet paper for the entire trip because I'm particular on my toilet paper. It's my luxury item. And on the second day, I got some intestinal issues, and I went through more toilet paper that day than I really wanted to. But not to fear, all along the trek, you can buy toilet paper. It's like $2 to $3 a roll, and you will need toilet paper because when you go into the toilets in the tea houses, there is no toilet paper. You must bring your own. So if you're particular, bring your own from home, and if not, or you run out, you can pick some up along the way. Okay, you've been doing your laundry. For some reason, it's not dry in the morning. I bring a mesh bag. I put anything that's still a little damp, I throw it on my back, on top of my Daypack. Once the sun hits it, it's dry quick. So, mesh bag. Speaking of bags, I got a dry bag. In the dry bag, I put anything I definitely don't want getting wet, such as that camera that's taking this video right now. That goes in here. Okay, and anything else during the day in case there's a downpour and before I can get my rain cover on my day pack. So just one small one is good. Speaking of cameras, I have that camera right there, which is the Olympus EPM2. It's a 4/3 mirrorless camera. Actually it takes decent pictures. And also with that is a tripod, which is sitting on it right now, and the tripod is on this, goes in this little bag here. You're going to have a group of people and someone's going to take the picture. Well, okay, I mean someone's not going to be in the picture if they're taking it. Bring a tripod, I recommend that. Okay, camera-wise, in addition to that camera, I also brought my cell phone and a little Nikon Coolpix, just for quick shots and just in case. Power-wise, you can charge your stuff at the tea houses along the way. So they usually charge you for it, especially if you go to the front desk. But we found that about every like 3 days or so, there was actually an outlet in our room, which is why I'm glad I brought a little power adapter. So this goes into the wall. If you're using that kind of adapter, sometimes it was that, mostly it was that, but sometimes it was this. So just plug that in. You take your American adapter or whatever adapter you use in your home country, and use this to charge your cell phone, your cameras, or whatever. Now, since the power wasn't always reliable, when I say that, I mean like a lot of times the power in the town will go out just because it happens. And I needed power. I brought a solar panel, and in the solar panel, this Goal Zero, it came with this Guide 10 Plus. This plugs into the back and charges it. This is old, unfortunately, as I learned. It's only about 20% capacity. So this was basically added weight. This was useless. I should have just left that at home. What I did bring was an Anchor battery pack, about 5,200 milliamps. This can plug straight into the back of here, and it charged it. Depending on the angle of the sun and which way we were going in the mountains, sometimes I couldn't charge this completely during the day. So eventually by the end of the trip, I was running out of power. But I made it through. But if I was to do it again, I would leave this 5,200 milliamp Anchor at home, not because it was bad, because it wasn't quite big enough for as frequently as I need to charge stuff. What I would do is I'd bring this 10,000 one, and the weight is actually very similar. So more power, and like every 3 days when I was at a tea house and I could charge it, I would have had no problem with power if I had brought this one here instead. Okay. Oh, don't forget sunglasses. You're closer to the sun. You're going to need some good sunglasses, preferably wraparound ones if you can. Okay. Headlamp. This headlamp is USB powered, so it will power off of my other devices. I have nothing that runs off of AAA batteries. Headlamp for mostly if you're going to do a sunrise hike, well, I should say pre-sunrise, or if you're getting into town late. That happened to us one time. Sewing kit, needle, dental floss, duct tape for any kind of repairs. I always recommend a little pocket knife. These come in handy for cutting stuff. Sunscreen. I recommend the just the small bottle. You don't need the giant bottle. You're only going to be gone for 2 weeks, so small bottle is the way to go. Toiletry bag. If your stuff can't fit in a 1 liter or 1 quart bag, you got too much stuff. Toothpaste, toothbrush, some deodorant if you want to bring that, razor, some medicines, Imodium, as it seemed like most people needed. Okay, water-wise, I used an Nalgene and a 700 milliliter bottle. And I actually brought these from home. And what I would do is I would put tap water. You can't drink the tap water. It's not potable. You will get sick. Put the tap water in here. Put this Sawyer filter on. Pop it up and you can drink straight out of it. Or you can use this to fill up your Nalgene. And then once your Nalgene is filled with potable water, this goes in your backpack and you drink. Now if I could do it again, I would not bring this heavy Nalgene. What I would do is I would bring a 1 liter smart water bottle, okay, and put the right adapter and basically use the same thing but use the smart water bottle. Smart water bottle weighs just a fraction of what that Nalgene is, and since you're not really going above the freezing level, this would be fine. And these bottles last months. In fact, I've had this bottle here for 2 years, and I brought it with me to and back from Nepal. You do have the option of buying bottled water along the way. However, it is expensive. A half-liter bottle of water would cost you like $1 at the toward the bottom, and by the top it's like $4 a bottle. Not only is it it can get pricey because you have to drink water, but also every time you buy a new bottle of water, it's not environmentally friendly. You're going to go through a couple dozen at least. A couple dozen bottles of water, and it's just trash that builds up. I did bring this. I did bring a Evernew 1.5 liter bladder. Didn't use it, but I would still bring it again because it doesn't take up much space and it gives you an extra emergency water reserve. I don't mess around with water. Water is key. Water is life. My Sawyer filter did fail, unfortunately, halfway through. I've owned this thing for 4 years, and what failed was the seal. So that's why I always bring backup iodine tablets for iodine, whatever kind of purification tablets you prefer. I just use iodine. I don't mind the taste. Sawyer, it did fail, but when I got back, I called them, lifetime warranty. They sent me a new seal, and bam, good as new again. So, what I bring that you haven't seen so far? Food, okay? You will eat at tea houses along the way, and the food is delicious. But once you get past Lukla, even our guides say don't eat the meat because the preservation, and how well they preserve it and everything, it's not reliable. I did want meat, so what I would do if I was to go again, is I bring these little packets of pepperoni. They're individual. They don't require refrigeration. They're individually packed, and these things are like 75 cents each. And I'd bring a few of these just so I could have meat. So, if you have any questions, comments, or anything, please put a comment down at the bottom, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you for watching. And if you ever do Everest Base Camp in Nepal, I definitely hope you do. So, all right, namaste.